Netflix films are hit and miss at best. We have some really, really good ones and a lot of terrible ones. So the new one, Like Father, that stars Kristen Bell and Kelsey Grammer, is out. And how does this fare? What is it like? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it just kind of in the middle? Let's find out. Kristen Bell is a workaholic who works at an ad agency, and she is so tied to her job that she even brings her phone and is doing business on her wedding day. And as a result, her fiance leaves her at the altar. Now we give a little bit of glimpse that this is not the first time this has happened, that this is an ongoing issue in her life. So she's left at the altar at the exact same time she sees her estranged father for the first time in something like 20 or 25 years. This sets up a lot of conflict. Now, as a result of being left at the altar and having no wedding, she still is on the hook for a honeymoon. And it's already been paid, and so it's a honeymoon cruise. And after a night of heavy drinking, her and her father end up on the cruise. Kelsey Grammer plays the dad, and he's great to see on screen. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen him in anything. He has that just classic voice that is just so deep and buttery, and it is awesome to hear him speak. But in this, the whole movie is just kind of The acting is fine. I mean, you have Kristen Bell and Kelsey Grammer, and they interact as you would expect from a daughter who hasn't seen her dad in a really long time, and she doesn't know why he left, and now it's him trying to explain and trying to maybe reestablish a relationship with her. So it sets up some of the tension there. Along the way on the cruise, they get seated with a whole bunch of strangers who kind of insert their way into their lives, and it causes a little bit of comedy, a little bit of conflict, a little bit of commentary into that. But overall, it's just kind of flat. There's nothing that's really awesome, and there's nothing that's really, really terrible in this. Seth Rogen plays a recently divorced Canadian, and the only reason I mention Canadian is because he mentions that over and over and over again. And so he kind of inserts himself also, and there's kind of a relationship, kind of not within there, and at least maybe just a friendship. Again, his character is kind of superfluous. It's just not really needed in there. The movie itself, Like Father, is directed by Seth Rogen's wife in real life. And so she also kind of wrote it, or at least helped write the screenplay. And so maybe that's why he's in the movie. I don't really know. Maybe he's in there to add a little bit of the notoriety to the comedy aspect. Again, though, he was just kind of useless in this. The whole story is them kind of reconciling. Kristen Bell and Kelsey Grammer kind of reconciling, or trying to reconcile, attempting to. And like I said, the movie is not terrible, but it's not great either. There are a few laughs, and there's not really an emotional tug to it either, sad or happy or anything. You just kind of watch it and you go along. I found myself really struggling to stay engaged in it. That it was just kind of falling into the background, and I found myself wanting to just pick up my phone and kind of scroll and have it play in the background. And that's not really anything you want from a movie, right? That something can just be kind of there that's going on in the background. Now that's great for movies that you've seen 100 times, and you're hearing it in your head and you're picturing it, and so you're all good to go. This one I'd never seen before, and so I just found myself, I don't know. If you're looking for something that's just kind of okay on Netflix, if you've scrolled through, 37 different movies and 500 different series, and you're like, I can't find anything to watch, you might want to give Like Father a try. Otherwise, I'd say totally skip it. It's not worth your time. There's a lot of better things out there. There's no sex, there's no nudity, there's a little bit of profanity, and there's no violence. Overall, the movie is just kind of meh. I give Like Father 2 out of 5 couches. If you enjoyed this review, give it a like. I would love to hear your comments on the state of Netflix and what their films are and how you feel about them down in the comments below. I appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to also hit that bell icon. That'll notify you when I upload new content. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.